Towards the end of the original Jurassic Park, the two children are seen in the kitchen of the theme park attempting to evade a pair of Velociraptors that are hunting them in the small room. Tim runs into the freezer of the kitchen, luring a raptor into the large metal container, and even manages to lock the dinosaur inside of the device after forcing the door shut on the animal and securing its hinges. At this point in the film, power had been restored to the park, and the phone lines as well as computer systems were back online. While most of what was inside of the freezer had begun to melt, as shown by both the water on the floor of the freezer as well as the reason Hammond was eating ice cream in the visitor center, this restoration of power would mean that the freezer itself would be in working condition by the time Tim lured the raptor into it. I bring this up because we don't really know what happened to the final Velociraptor in Jurassic Park, seeing as how the big one and its other subordinate were both killed by the Tyrannosaurus at the end of the film, and this third raptor stayed locked within the freezer even after Hammond and his guests left the island. The door to its prison was locked from the outside, and even if power once again would fail in Jurassic Park, the animal wasn't getting out anytime soon. In the movie canon, I think it's pretty safe to assume that the causation of death for the final Velociraptor in Jurassic Park was either freezing to death or starvation. While there was certainly some amount of food within the freezer itself, that icebox would be getting colder and colder by the second, and would probably reach a degree most uncomfortable for the raptor to say the least. This aspect of the original Jurassic Park is very rarely brought up amongst the fans, and some casual viewers forget what happened to the dinosaur completely and are unaware of it being locked in its icy prison, where no one would open its doors and the temperature would continue to drop until the animal's eventual death. While a more morbid and less family-friendly part of the series, it's no less interesting to think about within the context of the first movie. Earlier, Velociraptors are shown with the intelligence and thinking abilities to figure out how to open doors, and even show contempt for certain humans within the movie. As intelligent and savage as the Velociraptors may be, I feel the luck of this particular asset has run out, and it unfortunately has no viable method of escape. The animal would no doubt attempt to save itself by banging on the door or striking at any place within the freezer that brought some form of hope to the animal, but it's very likely that the dinosaur made the room its final resting place. It's not impossible for the Velociraptor to have escaped its cell, however, as we have no idea what the right side of the freezer looks like, and more importantly, are unaware of whether or not the animal worked up the brute force and courage to put all of its body mass behind a burst just strong enough to break the latch on the door and secure its freedom. But the evidence to back this up is slim to none. Everyone that's seen this movie brushes the raptor being locked up as a thankful and celebratory moment, where the villain is gone and we can all leave this place free of its torment now that it's off screen. We seldom think of the mindsets these animals themselves are in, and in this particular raptor's case, it wasn't a happy one. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video, guys, and if you're interested in seeing more, make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with my latest content. And if you've enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you drop me a like. As always, guys, take it easy.